Hey everybody, welcome back to She Blurbs Podcast. Today's guest is Tejianna Saxton. Hi Tejianna. Can you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am Tejianna Saxton. I am the current Ms. Black Kentucky International Ambassador, and I also have my own platform called Service, which is centered around my foundation called New Beginnings and Blessings Within a Baby Basket.
Yes, I love that. So what type of mentoring do you provide to the community?
I am a part of a lot of organizations in the city of Louisville and in the state of Kentucky, and also outside of the state of Kentucky. One of the mentorships that I do is with the youth, basically just getting them engaged to go off to college, continue their academics within high school, middle school. Usually K through 12 is what I mentor those children.
That's amazing. I tried to do the big brother, big sister thing, but COVID hit. So they was like, well, we're not doing that right now, but we're like taking applicants for next year. So that's what
Yes.
I'm trying to get involved in.
And like you said, COVID-19 has taken a toll on a lot of things. It has put a hesitation on a lot of things. So I have not been like actively engaging with like physically as I would like to be, but we have virtual, so it's an alternative to where we can somewhat put together projects and activities and still be able to connect with the mentees. So that's what's important in technology, so technology is changing day by day, so I'm glad we do have it.
Yes. So how long have you been a mentor?
I have been a mentor, oh my gosh, I've been a part of community service since I was 12. Oh man, I've been a mentor. I couldn't even tell you how many years, to be honest. I just kind of went with the flow of things. I was asked to be the director of an organization that I'm a part of called Stop the Violence, Use Your Talents. And also it's connected to another organization called Be Useful, Never Give In. And so those two organizations combined together, and those are actually, they were actually founded in Jacksonville, Florida, and then since then have made their way to Los Angeles, California. So I got asked last year to be the director of both organizations. And of course, now I'm the director. And so before that, I just been doing mentorship via virtual and hands-on within the city of Louisville, doing things under Christopher 2X and other organizations. So I've been in the mentor game. I can say for a while. I just don't know how many years. So
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm also learning. I also consider myself as a mentee as well, because there's older adults that are above me that teach me things every single day. So
That's amazing. This is one of the questions outside of the questions that I had for you. But do you ever get nervous mentoring people? Like seeing that they look up to you, do you get nervous that you might mess up or anything? Or
I will say yes, because sometimes when you're a mentor, you have to, like that saying goes, you have to practice what you preach. And a lot of times I fall short and I have flaws as well. I'm not the best of everything. I always like to be a perfectionist at things, but then I have to remember, Tejianna, you're just human. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to have flaws. It's okay to not, be this super superior person, because that's not what the creator designed us to be. He never designed us to be perfect. So I have to, when I look about mentorship and when I'm mentoring other people, I have to remember that yes, I have to align myself with what I'm telling people, because you don't want to tell somebody anything. For instance, we have influencers on Instagram and social media sites where they will tell people they got $1 million car, and technically it's not really their $1 million car. They rented it out, or maybe it's somebody else's and it's not their possession. So a lot of times you have to be careful, like when you're mentoring, and don't give false advertisement. So yeah, I do get nervous sometimes, because sometimes I don't take my own advice. I don't take my own advice sometimes, but I've gotten better with just putting like things that I go through on a day-to-day basis, and just showing people that, hey, I'm not perfect. I have issues in my life as well, and I don't want people to think that I'm this perfect person. So I don't want that picture to be painted of me.
Yes, that's amazing. What do you like most about being a mentor?
The most thing I love about being a mentor is that you can make an impact in someone's life. You can be a blessing within their life. And like I said, going back to just practice what you're preaching, it's all about the story and the testimony you have within the mentorship. I have been through a lot of things in the past 2.5 years with being a new mother, and also on top of that, being a single mother. So when I have young girls, young women come to me and they talk to me about different things, it makes me feel as though they are looking at me or looking up to me as a role model. And that speaks a lot of volume, because I still deal with things, like I said, on a day-to-day basis, and just helping someone, just giving them some type of, reassurance that there's always the light at the end of the tunnel, and that troubles don't last always, is something that I love to give to that individual, because we always think that we're in a situation where we think it's just gonna break us, and it's not gonna break us. We have to continue to have high faith and continue to press on, and just know that better days are coming.
Yes. That's good. That's great advice. That really is. This is another question outside of the questions I was going to ask you, but have you ever tried competing in the, what is it called? The USA pageants? I don't think I'm saying it right.
I have. It's Miss USA, then there's Miss Universe tied to it, and then there's the Miss America system, which is kind of all in one. But I actually did want to at one point of my life, before I became a mom. And a lot of people don't know this, but I competed, before I competed in African-American descent pageants for African-American women. I actually competed in predominantly white pageants, which is your Miss USA pageants, Miss America, and stuff like that. And I actually liked those pageants a lot, but I felt like, and no shade to their mainstream systems, but I felt like the service that I was doing behind my platform wasn't enough for those systems. And I was feeling like I was putting in a lot of work. So once I heard about this system once called MBUSAM, which is Miss Black United States Ambassador. I decided in 2016 to join them because they focused on women of color and what they're doing in their communities. And this was a system that I knew was designed for me. So now it's called MBIA. As you can tell, I'm representing my sash and my title. But this particular pageant now is named Miss Black International Ambassador. So we're on, instead of being on a US level, we're on an international level where women of color from all customs, cultures, religions, and backgrounds from different countries are coming together to unite to make an impact and make a difference within the world that we are living in. So I'm so glad that we have a Ms. division now. So with the Ms. division is for women that have been married, maybe they went through a divorce. And then it's also for women that have children or had children. Maybe they had a situation or complication during a pregnancy, or maybe they went through an abortion or a miscarriage, or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, I'm glad that with the system I'm a part of now, they favor towards us and get to know our stories as women and the trials and tribulations that we've been through. With mainstream pageantry, they don't have a Miss division. And so it's kind of like once you have a child, or you've been married, or you got a divorce, mainstream pageantry is kind of like out of the sequence for you. And so I am not able to compete for Miss America, Miss USA, and Miss Universe due to having a child. And people still say you're Miss America. And I'm like, I can't compete in those pageants. So in those systems, it's over with.
I did not even know that. So they don't they won't have women who have had kids in the Miss American Miss pageant?
So with, like I said, with mainstream pageantry, they're mostly focused on I don't want to say anything too disrespectful, like, or make it seem like I'm being disrespectful, but with mainstream pageantries, it's all about the I guess the purity of girls or women, which we all know that, you know, everybody has trials and tribulations, like I stated. Nobody's perfect, but it's just when you have a child or when you've been divorced or you're married, they just don't favor to that category. Maybe that will one day change. I'm hoping one day that will change. That would be nice if it did. But from what I know now, it's probably not going to change anytime soon. But it would be nice if it did.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. It would be nice to favor to that category. It would. So.
Yeah. Wow. So what type of campaigns have you been involved in, and why specifically those campaigns?
So as far as campaigns on a politician level, I have not been a part of any major campaigns, but I have sat at seats and tables with state and local politicians. And I feel like that is right there within itself enough. And I've been truly blessed. I have been able to speak on gun violence that plagues our city and our communities. I have been able to speak on a personal level with my own situation of being in a gun violence situation where I was not the target. I was just pretty much having a good time in a scenery where there was a celebrity coming, and you know, basically things went left at that particular venue, and someone started shooting inside of the venue. So, and then there was a young lady that had lost her life, and other people ended up being injured. Mm-hmm. So, and I was one of those people that ended up being injured as well. I got trampled on. So, I was very traumatized by that. And with being traumatized and being in that situation beforehand, I was in those seats talking to local and state politicians about a lot of things within our communities that plague our communities, and things that we need to progress on a state and local level, and things we need to bring attention to that is within our communities. So before, like with that situation, after that happened, I started to be able to tell my story about how I experienced gun violence within the situation that I was in. And never did I ever imagine I would go through something like that. I don't really go a lot of places anymore. I'm not as traumatized as I was because I did go to therapy, but it has taught me that life is not promised tomorrow, and to always cherish everything, because you never know what's going to happen. You could be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and then you end up losing your life. So I'm very blessed to still be here to share my experience and the things that I went through, and also be, like I said, like, I guess basically what I'm saying is just talking to other people and how they can, you know, be an advocate as well for gun violence awareness.
Yes, that's amazing. We do need to be aware of gun violence. Like, yeah. I don't think it's spoken about a lot. Like, people touch base on it, but that's about it. Like, it doesn't go any further than that.
I just I hate seeing RIP just down the TL all the time. I hate seeing it. I wish that instead of us typing RIP to someone all the time, that we could actually be able to solve the real issues at hand within our community. And it starts with us as the people of the community. It starts with us. And I don't think people really realize that sometimes we can be the biggest issue if we fix those issues at hand. So that is just my thoughts. Everybody thinks differently, but I have seen sometimes we have to be the primary source to fix those issues. And then we depend on the secondary source, which is the outside sources, such as politicians and everything of that sort. So it starts within us, within our community, with us. So
Yes, that's why I'm definitely afraid to go to ATL. I keep seeing it on the news, like something's always happening. I mean, something's
Yes.
always happening here too in Louisville, but man, ATL got it worse.
Yeah, my little sister lives in Atlanta. She lives in the Buckhead area, and she told me to always check the Atlanta Scoop Instagram page.
Yeah.
And every day it's something. And when I go there, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. I'm very aware, socially aware about my surroundings because I mean, just like I said, that incident that happened to me, I just get very like traumatized thinking about that. And you just never know. Like I said, you never know when it'll be your day. You know, we all got clocks over our head. And you know, I am a gun owner. I do carry. I have a carry to conceal license. But my thing is I don't want to have to take anybody's life. I don't want to. But if it came down to the situation where my son was in danger and I had to, I would, because I have no choice at that point. But yes, I don't want to have to take anybody's life if I'm put in a bad situation. It will make me feel so awful. But it's that situation, it's either you or it's me.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, it ain't gonna be me. So
I agree. So can you tell our listeners about New Beginnings and Blessings Baby Baskets? I think I said it right. Yeah.
So my foundation, New Beginnings and Blessings Within a Baby Basket, was actually started 2 years ago. The vision was given to me by the Creator. Basically, God spoke to me and said that, hey, I have blessed you. I know you have struggled. I know you have went through trials and tribulations, because I did. I didn't have my son's father. I didn't have his security, his emotions or anything, or his hand within my pregnancy. And I went through my pregnancy pretty much alone, and not having that male touch or that male security. But I did have my village, and my village consists of my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, my uncle, just my immediate family overall, and my close friends. And I didn't realize this until my son was about maybe a little bit over a year old, that, hey, I have been truly blessed with my village, and I should not be upset or trying to force someone to be a part of my seed's life because they know that he exists. So God blessed me. I went through emotional struggles, financial struggles. I went through physical struggles and mental struggles. So I had to go to therapy. I fell deep into depression. I was just in a dark place after having my son. And I remember when my son turned a year old, and I started traveling a lot more with him. He's been traveling since he was 2 months old, but I started traveling a lot more to get away from my problems. That was like my escape route, was traveling, hopping on a plane, because he was under 2 and he was free to fly. So I was like, look, we're going to California, we're going to Florida, wherever we can go so I can get away from here. And that was, like I said, that was my escape from my mental situations. And so 2 years ago, I came, like I said, God spoke to me, and he was like, I want you to help mothers in your area that do not have a village, that do not have extra resources. So that's when I came up with the concept of making these baby baskets out of laundry baskets at the Dollar Tree, and just putting gently used clothes in there that my son couldn't wear anymore. New clothes that had tags on them that he never wore. So I threw those in there, like pajamas, and he had a whole bunch of clothes. That's another thing. I was truly blessed. I had 2 baby showers, one in my hometown, one here in Louisville. I had people giving me gift cards of like $50 and $100 to where I could always buy him clothes from like Carter's and stuff like that. So he was truly blessed. And I decided to take gently used clothes and new items that he had that he never used, and just distribute it to women that were in need, that didn't have that village or didn't have the extra resource. Because a lot of times we think when women are single mothers and they are living in poverty communities, we think that they have more than enough because people see it as, oh, they're living on government assistance. And little do people know, government assistance is not that much. It's really not. Sometimes you're limited. Yeah, sometimes you're limited. And that's the thing too. I didn't get government assistance. The only thing that I probably got for my son was WIC, which was the formula in fruits. But after a while, they pretty much cut that off at a certain age when they get a certain age. So that's the only thing I got because he was on Neosure and he was pretty much premature because he came early and he had a low fetal growth. But I still have milk that is not expired yet that I'm going to be giving to a facility here that covers toddlers and babies and stuff like that. So some of that formula and the food that I had left over, I was distributing into those baskets that I were making. Also was taking money out of my savings account and everything else because I had a really good job at the time and I was making really good money from the situation that I was in where I wasn't making any money being a newly mother. And so I was taking all of this money and just putting it into these baskets. And I would buy bottles, pacifiers, bottle scrubbers, lotion, baby wash, just everything, wipes, diapers that my son did not use. And a lot of times people would tell me, oh, you can swipe those diapers out and get him the size diapers. And I didn't want to do that. I was like, I don't want to do all that. I just want to give these diapers away to other people that need them, that may have a newborn baby or, their baby's in a size 2. I don't have time to do all that. So I started making these baskets. And then before I knew it, people were reaching out to me and they were just like, hey, I have this person that I know that could use this. I know you're saying you're only doing up to, 6 months old clothes. Like, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? And every week I was at the store because I got paid weekly. So every week I was at the store stocking up on body wash. I was just like at Walmart. And then I remember asking Walmart, I was like, hey, I know you guys are out of these items. When are you going to get items in? Do you have some in the back? And then it got to the point where I was going on Amazon and I was purchasing body wash and everything in bulks because Walmart was just out of stuff all the time. So I did distribute a couple baskets. And after that, I was on my way to graduating with 2 degrees and it just got real tough. I had to do my practicum. And so I kind of died down with the baskets. And I told the ladies, I was like, hey, I'm going to come back. I had to take a break because I was going through my practicum and it was just a lot on me, a lot of stress. And I was the only one that was doing these baskets. I was putting together these baskets and wrapping them, had a little nice bow on the top of it and everything. And so I didn't have the extra hands. So I finally kind of closed it off, but I'm still in the process of, if anybody needs anything, I'm still here. I let it be known on the actual page that I have set up for my foundation that, hey, I still have clothes. Like when I tell you, I still have 2 big tubs of clothes that I need to get rid of for him. Wow. I have baby toys. I just want to get rid of all of it. It's just sitting in the closet, and I'm like, I just want to get rid of all of it. I haven't had anybody come forth to claim those, and so I'm hoping that someone would come forth and just claim these items so that I can just get them out of my house. Clothes still have tags on them and everything, and I'm just like, I just want to get rid of these so bad. So yes, I'm still willing to make those baby baskets and stuff. I just had to take a break because I was transitioning into graduating and going through practicum with a class, and when you're trying to get 2 degrees, it's time consuming, and being a full-time mom and everything. So, and working full-time hours. So yes.
Wow. I know at my church, they do a thing every year. You pull a name out of a basket and then it tells you a list of the things that the needy needs, and you just donate it to them anonymously. And they get it. Like the little girl I donate to is gonna make me cry. But her parents didn't have like much, and they had a party for the homeless, and I saw the little girl and I was like, oh, she's wearing a shirt I bought, but you can't tell them, that you bought it for them. And I was like, oh, so I was taking pictures. So yeah, a lot of churches you can not download, you can donate to, and they'll give them to the needy. That's what I do.
I rather, that's the thing with the like, I guess it's a foundation or something, or it's a facility that helps mothers progress in different ways, whether it's helping them pay a bill. I have told them if they need anything, call me. I will get it to them. But I guess they only have a certain amount of kids that are a certain age that they cater to. So they don't really have like the needs and stuff like that. So basically, I'm not the type of person to take my stuff to Goodwill, because I just feel like you're going to be paying for it instead of me being able to give it to somebody that needs it, and they're not paying for anything. I don't want anything for it. I just want you to have it if you need it. And I want to get rid of it. So hopefully someone will reach out to me and they will say, hey, I need the pre-need clothes that you have, or hey, do you have 6 months, or whatever the case may be. Because when I tell you I have 2 tubs of clothes that he does not wear and that he cannot wear anymore. I mean, oh my gosh. I just want to get rid of them. Yes, so I just want to get rid of them. So if that is you and you are in need, you're a mother, this is boy clothes as well. So if you need them, please reach out to me. Please, please, please. I just want to get rid of them so bad. And I want to help someone out. Free, who doesn't want free clothes and clothes that are new and gently used? So I mean, if I'm willing to help, I'm going to contribute anywhere I can. And that's why I did start this foundation. Like I said, I have my own village, and I believe that it does take a village to raise a child. So I wanted to make sure that I shed light on always being that village to someone, especially within the Black community. We always have to remember that we are one when it comes to our community. We have to help each other out. We have to, go see about Grandma Louise down the street, see if, groceries. That's just how we should be in the Black community. And I think this is something that, God just placed on my heart, to where he was like, you've been blessed with the village, and I need you to help those that don't have a village. So I'm happy that the mission that God placed upon my heart has been completed, and I'm willing to do more, and I can't wait to see what the next steps are with my foundation.
Yes, that's amazing. I hope this gets around. I hope people are watching. So what do you enjoy doing when you're not active in the community?
When I am not active in the community, you already know me. You see me all the time on social media. I love to go and get on a plane. I love to go and travel. I have so many places that I want to take me and my little one. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to China when they open back up. Or Asia, whoever is closed right now. When they open back up, I want to go. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Italy. Yes. I just want to go everywhere. We just got back from Cancun last month, and I'm going back to Cancun for my birthday at the end of this month. Then next month, I'm going to the Bahamas, and I've been to the Bahamas like 4 times. So wherever God plants my feet and puts my feet on those grounds, I'm ready to go. That's just how I feel. So I would love to live in a different country for 3 months if, the grace of God that I can. I know I can do it, but if I have the opportunity, yes. I love to travel. I love to travel when I'm not, engaged in community events. So
yes, that's amazing. So I want to thank you so much for coming on my show today and speaking about your organization and things. You
Thank
have
you. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that's been my support system, that has always, reached out to me, asked me if I ever needed anything when it came to my foundation. Thank you for pouring in your love and positivity, and continue to support me as I go to the Bahamas to compete next month for the title of Ms. Black International Ambassador. Thank you so much. Love, peace, and blessings to you all.
You have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hey everyone, I want to thank you so much for supporting my podcast. And if you would like to vote for Tejianna, I have her link posted below. I will also post it within this interview because that link is really long. So I'm just going to post it in the interview so that you can just click on it and vote for her. I hope you all have a great day and make great choices. Have a great day.